A storm is coming to the Wasteland. And this new Fallout Season 2 trailer doesn't just tease danger, it changes everything we thought we knew. In just a few quick shots, the trailer hints at betrayals, new enemies, and a world growing more violent by the day. And at the center of all this chaos stand three familiar faces: Lucy, Maximus, and the Ghoul, each pushed further than ever before. This is not just another season. This is the moment where every choice begins to matter. The trailer begins with a crushing silence, the kind that settles over a ruined world right before something terrible wakes up. A broken road stretches across the sand, littered with rusted cars and forgotten bones. For a moment, it feels like the wasteland has stopped breathing. And then, without warning, the screen explodes with Movement Brotherhood airships breaking through the clouds, their spotlights cutting across the dark sky like blades. It's a warning to everyone watching. Power is shifting. From here. The trailer wastes no time telling us that Season 2 will be bigger, colder, and far more dangerous than anything we saw before. We get a quick glimpse of Lucy, played by Purnell, walking alone across the desert. Her jumpsuit is torn, dust covering her face, but her eyes, once bright with hope, now carry a harder truth. She has seen what the world really is. And she knows there's no going back to the vault. The camera holds on her just long enough to show that she's not the same girl we met in Season 1. She's becoming something else. A survivor shaped by pain. Then comes Maximus. Aaron Moten appears in full Brotherhood armor, now heavier, darker, marked with the scars of battles we haven't seen. There's a weight in his stance, as if every step he takes is part of a fight inside his own mind. The Brotherhood demands loyalty, but the trailer hints at cracks, moments where Maximus hesitates, as if torn between duty and something more human. And finally, the Ghoul, Walton Goggins, returns with a presence so sharp it cuts through every frame. His voice rasps over the trailer like gravel sliding down metal. His story isn't over. It's getting deeper, more twisted, pulling him into the past he cannot escape and the future he doesn't trust. The trailer makes one thing clear: these three paths are about to collide again. And when they do, the wasteland won't stay the same. The trailer shifts tone fast, dropping us into a violent burst of action that feels bigger than anything from Season 1. The first scene opens on a scorched valley where NCR flags flap in the wind, half burned and splattered with dust. Their presence alone hints at a rising power, one prepared to claim whatever is left of the wasteland. The camera pulls back to reveal a caravan under attack, mutated hounds leaping from the shadows, ripping through metal and sand. It's chaos, raw and loud, and it signals that the balance of power is breaking before the dust settles. We cut to Lucy. She stands at the mouth of an abandoned bunker, staring into a darkness filled with old machines and forgotten secrets. A faint hum echoes through the space, like a heartbeat trapped inside the walls. Her flashlight sweeps across broken Vault-Tec signs, and for a moment, it feels like we're watching her walk into the truth she's been running from. A single shot shows her gripping a new weapon, simple, homemade, but steady in her hands. She is adapting, and it shows. Then the screen snaps to Maximus clasping his helmet. Sparks fly behind him as Brotherhood soldiers reload and regroup. The air around him is filled with the cold rhythm of marching paladins. But Maximus isn't marching. He stands apart, watching as a knight receives new orders. The camera catches a quick close-up of Maximus' face, uncertain, trapped, like a soldier who understands that the greatest threat may be inside his own faction. It's a small moment, but it speaks loudly. Maximus is no longer sure of what he's fighting for. The Ghoul's entrance hits like a gunshot. He steps out of a ruined saloon, coat flapping, sand drifting around his boots. His eyes lock onto something in the distance, someone. Maybe, and the trailer cuts to a flashback of him in his human form, smiling under warm lights. That smile fades as the scene snaps back to the present, revealing the cold, relentless hunter he has become. But mixed in his anger is something else, a hint of purpose, maybe even guilt. The final montage is a storm of clues: Brotherhood vertibirds firing on raider camps, a mysterious masked figure watching from a metal tower, and a vault door cracking open just enough to show a glowing blue light. Every frame feels like a warning. Season 2 is expanding the world, raising the stakes, and pulling every character toward a collision that none of them can escape. Season 2 doesn't just tease bigger action, it hints at emotional storms waiting to break open. And every shot in the trailer feeds into that. The biggest shift begins with Lucy. Her journey no longer feels like a simple search for answers. It feels like a test of identity. The way she moves through the wasteland, calm, steady, almost hardened, suggests she is learning how to survive without hope guiding her. One quick shot shows her looking at an old Vault-Tec poster, and in that moment it becomes clear Lucy is not chasing the world she lost. She's learning to shape the world that remains. The trailer hints that she might uncover secrets about Vault-Tec that connect directly to her father's past decisions. And whatever she finds, it will push her further from the person she used to be. Maximus, on the other hand, appears to be walking into a personal war. His armor may be stronger, but his mind looks heavier. There's a scene where he stands on a cliff overlooking a battlefield lit by burning wreckage. His posture isn't proud. It's conflicted. Season 2 seems ready to explore whether Maximus can remain loyal to the Brotherhood when he finally sees the cost of their power. The quick, quiet moments in the trailer suggest he may break ranks, or be forced to choose between the Brotherhood and the only people who've shown him real humanity. His path could turn him into a hero, or an enemy. The Ghoul's arc is the most mysterious, and the trailer gives just enough clues to stir theories without revealing the truth. The flashbacks of his human life appear more often, sharper and more emotional than before. This suggests that Season 2 might finally bridge the gap between who he was and what he has become. One shot shows him holding an old photograph with shaking hands, and the next shows him firing at unseen enemies with cold precision. These two sides of him, the man and the monster, are starting to bleed together. It raises one powerful question: is the Ghoul searching for revenge or for redemption? The trailer refuses to answer, but the struggle is written all over his scenes. The final theory-building moments come from the new threats hinted at in the trailer. A masked figure watching from high ground, soldiers carrying unfamiliar tech, and brief glimpses of a laboratory filled with glowing blue tanks all suggest a faction rising in the shadows. Some believe it points to the Enclave resurfacing, while others think Vault-Tec itself may be returning to the story in a darker, more active form. Whatever the truth is, the clues all point toward a season driven by hidden agendas, old experiments, and choices that will force our three leads onto paths that can't be undone. As the trailer reaches its final moments, everything slows down, almost as if the wasteland itself is taking a breath before the next explosion of chaos. A single shot lingers on the cracked landscape, empty, silent, and waiting. It's the kind of silence that tells you something huge is coming, something that will reshape every story we're following. And that's exactly what Season 2 promises. With each frame, the trailer hints that the world of Fallout is about to open wider, darker, and far more dangerous than we've seen before. Lucy's path looks like a descent into truths that Vault-Tec never wanted exposed. Maximus stands trapped between duty and doubt, caught in a storm that may tear the Brotherhood apart. And the Ghoul, he walks the line between memory and madness, driven by a past he can't erase and a future he doesn't trust. These three aren't just survivors anymore, they're the sparks that may ignite a war across the wasteland. The trailer makes it clear that their stories are intertwined, whether they want them to be or not. But beyond the characters, the trailer gives us something bigger, a sense that the world itself is evolving. New factions rising, old secrets resurfacing, strange technologies glowing in forgotten places. Every glimpse feels like a warning that Season 2 won't simply continue the story, it will change the rules of the world. Even the smallest details, like the masked watcher on the tower or the humming machines hidden underground, suggests that someone has been pulling strings all along. And now, those strings are starting to snap. When the screen finally cuts to black, the silence that follows feels heavy. It leaves you with questions, with theories, with that familiar Fallout tension that keeps fans awake at night. That's the magic of this trailer. It doesn't just show what's coming, it makes you feel like the world is shifting under your feet. So, before we step further into this story, now it's your turn. What did you see in the trailer? What clues did you catch that hint at the battles, betrayals, and secrets waiting in Season 2? Share your theories. Drop your predictions. The Wasteland is huge and every detail matters.